family. This is 50-year-old Shelley Miller. Her sister says she last saw her Friday night at her house. Police say they responded to a fire at her place this weekend, but haven't been able to find her. She left her cell phone behind and was last seen in a 2003 silver Jeep Grand Cherokee. The license plate, as you see right here, is TEF894. Tonight we had a chance to speak with Shelley's sister. Here's a little of what she had to say about her.
She's a kind person. She's generous. She has a very large conscience. I mean, she's a very moral person. She's helpful. She's very private.
Her family tells us this behavior is very unusual for her. Now, Shelley is 5 feet 5 inches tall and around 140 pounds. We have an update on a story we've been following for quite some time. Anthony Wells will spend the rest of his life behind bars. The 34-year-old was sentenced to life in prison for killing Joshua Hardwig. Police say Wells gunned down Hardwig in January of 2016 outside a Lincoln apartment complex. A Southwest Nebraska deputy faces felony charges. This is Charles Thibodeau. He's a Dundee County deputy and was arrested yesterday. He's accused of lying to a woman, handcuffing her, and forcing her into his patrol car. The victim says he then sexually assaulted her. If convicted, Thibodeau could face up to 50 years in prison. 4 days after an apartment fire, and now most Lincoln families who live there are back home. 1011's Nicole Griffin spoke with a woman who lives right where it all happened.
We just want what life we had back.
It's not easy for Yvette Ratfield and her brother to look at the place they once called home.
Now all I see is pain and anguish and anger, like lots of anger. Neither of us were home when it happened.
Yvette says a close friend broke the news to her Friday night that the fire was started inside her apartment.
Our roommate, which is my assistant manager, and came to me in tears and told me to go to the apartment. And when I got here, I ran over and saw my dog. She had already passed when they brought her out.
Yvette had her lab Daisy for more than 4 years, and she considered her part of her family.
I lost it. I tried to find after I saw her, and I thought for a second that she came back to look at me because I saw her eyes move. And I felt her give out the last puff of air.
Investigators tell 1011 News the fire started after one of Yvette's co-workers lit a lighter to see how much gas was inside a motorized bicycle inside the apartment.
He had a pretty good thing going.
As they grieve the loss of their pets, Yvette and her brother must also now find a new place to live.
It still feels like we're just in a dream. I'm going to try to get through the rest of this week just by pretending it didn't happen. It's really hard, really difficult.
1011's Nicole Griffin. Thank you so much, Nicole. Yvette says she's thinking about quitting her job at Super C because she doesn't think she can stand to see the man who caused all of this. You never know when severe weather will hit, which is why Emergency Manager Brandon Myers says it's important to stay prepared, especially when it comes to something that can hit fast like a tornado. If a tornado hits, Myers says you need to go to the lowest point in your home, in a room where there are little to no windows. If your shelter is a bathroom, he says you should take cover in a bathtub to protect yourself from debris. Most towns do have tornado sirens, but he says it never hurts to have a weather radio so you can get the latest information. And speaking of weather, it looks like we could see some rain ahead. Here's Ken with the first look at your forecast.
Courtney, certainly have some good news. Not only do we expect nothing in the way of severe weather the rest of the week, even though it is Severe Weather Awareness Week, and we will talk about that coming up in a few minutes. We've got an excellent chance of rain across much of the coverage area. Let's go to Storm Tracker Radar. We'll show you that precipitation again that continues to develop and move out of Kansas into south central and now southeastern Nebraska. We'll zoom into a couple of locations. Not raining right now in the capital city, but according to this radar, it probably won't be long. We are looking at rain in places like Grand Island and Hastings, and in fact some pretty significant rain across north central portions of Kansas where that rainfall is much needed. Again, the rain continues over south central, southwestern, and west central portions of Nebraska, light to moderate at times, even into the north central eastern portions of the state. We're looking at some pretty decent precipitation. Columbus and Norfolk, but that should be changing over the next several hours. Here's a check of the rainfall so far. Already a 1/10 of an inch in Kearney and Hastings, a 1/3 of an inch in North Platte, and over a 1/2 inch in Imperial and in McCook. And again, more rain in the forecast. According to the RPM, we've got the potential for another 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches, especially across southern Nebraska and northern Kansas between now and Thursday evening. So that certainly would be significant. We'll have complete forecast details coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Ken. Well, as we continue our Severe Weather Awareness Week, we wanted to show you how our 1011 News app helps you be the first to know when something's closed. Our senior digital producer joins us now with more on how to use the app.
With the 1011 News app, you can get alerts straight to your phone. It's free and easy to set up. Start by opening the app and clicking on the settings wheel in the top right corner. Scroll down until you find closings and tap to set your alerts. Then type in the schools you want to receive alerts for and slide the button over until it turns green, and you're good to go. Also, if you would like to report a business closing to 1011news.com, send us an email at close@1011now.com. Make sure you include the name of the business, the date, and the location. That closing will then appear online, on our mobile app, and on air. And remember to stay up to date on severe weather at 1011now.com and keep an eye out for more information regarding Severe Weather Awareness Week in the coming days.
All right, thank you so much, Jay. So what we just showed you was how to use our 1011 News app, but we've got quite a few other options as well. If you live in central Nebraska, you should be sure to install our KSNB app, and if you live closer to the North Platte area, you should check out our KNOP app. These apps are all free and available on Apple and Android phones. A foster parent and retired captain with the Omaha Fire Department is accused of sexually assaulting 3 foster children. Lee Dunbar Sr. has been in Douglas County Jail since mid-December. According to police reports, 3 girls told investigators Dunbar sexually assaulted them. He faces 3 counts of first-degree sexual assault of a child. And a raid on Grand Island's east side is now a federal investigation. Authorities haven't released much information on this, but here's what we know so far. This is now a part of a federal narcotics unit investigation.
Yeah, that's
Neighbors
by
in
our
the area
house.
tell us it happened around 5 this morning. Now, when they went on outside,
It's by our house,
to see
Mom.
what was going on, authorities told them it wasn't safe and that they needed to go back inside. One of those neighbors tells us they saw a